Hey, it's Soul, and welcome to the Tomb of Sargeras. I'm here to share my experiences tanking the Tomb of Sargeras, and we're starting here with Goroth. With Goroth being a pretty simple fight, it's a pretty fitting first boss. For talents, here are my recommendations. Blessed Hammer, First Avenger, Fist of Justice, Blessing of Spell Warding or Cavalier, Hand of the Protector, Judgment of Light, and either Righteous Protector or Seraphim. Blessing of Spell Warding is usually my default, but if you're a little bit anxious about trying to hide behind pillars, and I'll explain that a little bit later, it might be a good idea to pick up Cavalier instead. As for your level 100 talent, if you're meant to focus a little bit more on DPS and otherwise aren't having too much problem surviving, go ahead and pick up Seraphim. There's very little to worry about for saving your active mitigation for, so feel free to save that for Seraphim stacks. Alright, anyway, let's get to the fight, and very simply you can pull him right over to a side and start tanking him. Make sure he faces away from the raid because he does certain targeted abilities that shoot over towards those players, and you don't want to be in the way. Burning Armor is the typical swap tank ability. You get a big circle around you, and the circle's bigger on Heroic, by the way, and you take ticking damage for several seconds. It's at this point where you want to have the other tank taunt off immediately so you're not taking stacking damage. Once the debuff expires, it explodes, harming anyone who's still inside the circle. On top of that, you get a debuff where you take 100% extra damage. So in short, whenever Burning Armor is applied to some tank, the other tank is going to taunt off right away. The tank with the debuff makes sure that they don't explode around anyone, and then they can get back to engaging the boss and can taunt as soon as the next Burning Armor goes out. Apart from that tank damage, that's pretty much it regarding tanking mechanics. You just need to deal with a fairly hard-hitting melee, and that's about it. There are other abilities that the rest of the team has to worry about that you at least want to kind of keep in mind. Crashing Comet targets other players, and within 10 yards, if you happen to be too close to them, you're going to take some extra damage. You simply don't want to be next to them, but they should be getting out of the way of the rest of the raid. Infernal Spikes are just things that come out of the ground. Simply watch the ground. Keep in mind where those spikes are. You'll need to run behind them at certain points. Shattering Star is an ability where players need to hide behind a number of pillars in order to decrease the damage that's taken by the entire raid. When Shattering Star hits its intended target, everyone's going to take raid-wide damage. If a targeted player isn't hiding behind any pillars at all, it's going to be pretty heavy damage that you might want to prepare for. For the most part, the other players should be able to handle this just fine. The only concern that you might have as a tank, especially considering your distance, is that it might take a little bit longer for you to get behind a pillar, so just keep in mind where they are. Infernal Burning is just an ability where everyone takes damage as long as you're in line of sight of the boss, so that means hide behind one of those big spiky pillars. If you're not able to hide behind a pillar, use either Divine Shield or Blessing of Spell Warding to totally negate the damage, or otherwise pop a heavy cooldown so that you live. Finally, as you're tanking the boss, keep an eye out for Fel Eruption. You're just going to find out that everything around you is turning green. Just stay out of all that green stuff. When you're moving out of the way though, you ideally want to position yourself that you're not going to have the boss too far from the other pillars. That way players will be able to hide behind it for the Infernal Burning ability. So in short, take the boss to the side, avoid all the green stuff, tank swap for Burning Armor, hide behind spikes for Infernal Burning, or pray that the rest of the team doesn't destroy too many pillars at once, or stands too close to you when they really shouldn't. That's it for me talking, so I'm going to leave full footage of a kill shot for you to enjoy and to maybe take a couple of notes on. This kill was not perfect, and it's complete with mistakes, as well as the useless banter of me and the guild. Please enjoy yourself, and I hope you have a good time. Support me in this channel the way that you do best. Like and subscribe, become a patron, or just to continue enjoying the content. I'll see you guys at the next boss, and stay breezy.
Lunar Beam is, I'm like, must. That is a dead talent.
Must.
So we're just not healing soul?
We're gonna let him drop it below 25% once.
Ow.
4.
That hurt. I don't even know what that was.
Was it my explosion thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
I don't pay attention to things. Yes, and baby, that's all I do. Just go on a movie in the tunnel.
That movie not even gonna make it tonight. What a bitch.
Here it is back, carrying the team, dude.
Damn it, Soul, take more damage.
No, that's Mando.
My awesome legendary won't let me. Haha. I could squat.
As long as you don't get one shot.
Like early.
What the fuck? Damn, son.
Am I at 25 yet?
What is
I
that?
couldn't
The
tell.
absorb shield that I think it is. That's
3, 2, 1.
quite a lot. Actually, I don't know. Yes, we'll have to see.
Hey, the timers work now.
Did put one hell of an absorb shield.
Oh god, that's like hella confusing. Like, there's like multiple shads. Oh shit.
Dude, stop giving me this fucking buff.
You know, 25 is pretty low. That does kind of make me panic and prompt me to just heal. Oh, bud. Ah.
Oh no! Oh man, that was scary. Couldn't fit through.
I know. I'm like, I can't squeeze the thing. I'm too fat.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Boy, I wish I could get a trash relic to drop off the sky.
All right.
Oh, back to back. You asshole.
Back to back. Oh yeah.
2, 1.
Nah, mommy. Oh god. That stupid green shit. That sucked.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, my green shit. Fuck, man.
I think my
Oh.
is fucked up.
There was an update a couple days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I think mine's fucked up then.
4,
Get out.
2, 1.
Because mine doesn't tell me to get out until I get hit with it. And then it tells me to get out.
4.
Because it's taking your cloak into account.
I'm thinking brain damage. Double check
God.
if you have brain damage. Just real quick.
Sure, that's something that you could just, you know,
Yeah, dude.
step away and check.
Just Google it real quick.
Yeah, WebMD is always accurate.
You got lupus and cancer.
It's never lupus.
Except that one time. That one time.
Oh,
There was that one time. There was one episode where it was
I
lupus.
know, it's crazy.
They're like, oh my god, it really was
It
lupus.
sometimes actually is. Wow.
Alright, let's kill this boss. You guys might just have to check logs later and see if there are like double bubbles and shit like that.
1.
2, 1.
I'm not sure how we would check.
I have a feeling we'll know on Harjatan.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you had it on group loot.
I did.
I think
This is personal.
I think you did get the double Azor.